Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to pushing Geometry Dash effects to their limits. This is probably the goofiest series idea I've had in a while, but I know quite a lot of you enjoyed the last episode that I did with the parallax. I feel like today I'm going to focus on the vortex background and make kind of a zipper style thing with a bunch of layers. I've calculated that it's going to use around about 805 groups. If you enjoy, make sure you leave a comment letting me know. Leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to use a ball for this. I like the fact that the ball gameplay window is 8 blocks tall. I need to start off with a line of blocks, roughly around 24 objects long. Oh, I thought I was going to get the estimate. I was quite a little bit off. Okay, going to use number 2. Going to use Z order number 50. Don't fade, don't enter, and that is going to lock to the x-axis as the level begins. In fact, I'm going to move it a little bit in front just because I'm scared that this level isn't going to load by the time I'm done with it. I know that if you start the level with too many objects at the beginning, sometimes it just straight up does not open. So, got to be careful with that. I'm also just going to set up an alpha trigger for group number 1 because I just don't like using it at all. Oops, I was using hacks. My bad. Okay, so we're going to split this into 2 sides of 12. Wow, I am very good at estimating that for some reason. The left side has a group, the right side has a group. I'm going to set this to a color, which is probably going to be, I think maybe purple for this one, but quite a desaturated purple. Yeah, that's like a fuchsia now, but whatever. The background is going to black, and I'm going to turn off preview mode. Probably going to link each side together, to be honest, so I can select it more easily. So to select the left side, boom. The right side, boom. You know what I mean? Then we start a movement. 3. It's going to take like 10 seconds on an ease and easing. I'm going to change the rate a little bit. It's going to move 120 blocks to the left, not the right, because 3 is the left and 4 is the right. So if I place a start pause right here, this should just gradually move apart. Wow, that easing really sucks, doesn't it? You can do better than that, I feel. Let me put the 2 back. If it's default, that usually means it's fine. Yeah, okay, that's gonna work pretty well, I think, when there's a bunch of layers. I could also speed this up a lot. Let's make it 5 seconds. Then I need to copy paste all of that. 2 blocks later, I'm gonna move it up a block as well. I'm gonna build helper this so all of the groups get assigned to new numbers that go inside the triggers very nicely. I forgot to change the editor layer. This is just gonna make it easier to differentiate between each layer like so. What I need to do to the blocks is decrease the Z order by 1 and decrease the brightness by minus 0.02. So that means behind this, you can see the color difference there now that I've turned preview mode on. And just to demonstrate, I'm going to stack these on top of each other and show you what happens in the movement. You see, there is a slightly darker layer in there. But I don't want to move them just yet. I want to finish the copy pasting and build helpering process first because it's going to be a lot easier for me to finish this entire process first rather than complicate myself. So I'm going to start waffling now. I am listening to Beach House Bloom today. That is the album of the day. You've probably seen on Twitter by now that I am way out of the UK. Okay, I need to hold on. I need to figure out the order I'm going to copy paste and do stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to miss out on a certain process and I'm going to have to go back and fix everything in a bit. All right, I think I've got this down. I am currently in America by the time this video goes up, which is pretty funny. And I was packing my bags earlier today and this album was going really hard, so I've put it on again. It's always nice to get lost in music like that. Do you like my gradient? I think this is pretty cool. I should probably double check that my Z orders are all in check. Yep, I've missed one. See, that's 45, that's 44. This needs to be 43. 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 40. God damn it! I've missed one somewhere. Aha! There's 2 45s. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna end up making mistakes and brush over them because I'm trying to commentate. Okay, something I've done to speed up this process a little bit is I've actually set the triggers to the layer as well. You see, this is on 40. Earlier, I just had the triggers on the default layer because I didn't think it really made a difference, but it kind of does because now, while I'm changing the editor layer, I can also change the Z order at the same time. And as a result, I get to menu less, which is always fun. So all I'm doing here is fulfilling one part of the process. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare trying to extend this effect down the screen, but as soon as I figure out the pattern, I'll be fine. It's also nice that I can judge the color of these by eye. For layering, it's a little bit different because I have to actually pay attention, but I'm glad that I can just do all of this in the same menu. I think that's where I was getting lost. My brain wasn't registering the fact that I had to go into the same menu twice the way I was doing it. I forgot to build helper. Lol. Good thing I separated these into different layers. Editor layers, I should say. There's a difference. Don't go up the Z order, please. That would be really painful if I did that. I feel like I might have done that at some point. So I'm looking at the Z here. I'm just going to make sure all of these are numerically correct, which they are. Good. So I know I'm good up until 30. It's nice to have a number like that you can refer back to. Oh, dude, look at this little staircase we got going on. The fact that this is technically only an eighth of the effect, it's definitely not an eighth of my time, but an eighth of the effect is just all of this. I don't think this one's gonna lag as much as the parallax, but nonetheless, I am quite nervous. I was watching back the footage from the parallax video, and man, that is so laggy. It's the point of the series, so it's funny, and I don't mind, but it's not exactly the most pleasant thing to watch. Okay, we are approaching the end rather quickly. Wow, this is taking almost no time at all. I'm already approaching the minus 0.98, which is my stopping point, because -1 is always black. There and back. It's always black. I think I did a good job there. Okay, we are just about there. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yes! Now shut up, we're there, okay? Look at that gradient that I've created. All I need to do now, and this is the satisfying part, select every line again and move it down collectively like this. It's not as satisfying as I would have liked, but left, left, down, left, left, down, left, left, down. I can't get in the rhythm of it. Usually this is super satisfying. If it's all in one line, then you can just left, left, click, right? But it's left, left, down, click, click. It's kind of... Okay, now I'll get in the rhythm of it as soon as I don't need to do it anymore. Now, you may be wondering, why did you space the triggers apart by 2 blocks? That's because there are 2 spaces between, which is 4 half spaces, which is 8 quarter space. So now, once I have this line that peels apart in such a satisfying and consistent way like that... What? No! No. What happened here? What happened? Okay, I can go layer by layer and double check. How did we skip this? I think I missed the build helper button on the editor layer 26, and I'm gonna double check for that. That would make sense because there was a huge gap, and I feel like a move triggers happened twice. There you go. All I need to do is build helper. Thankfully, there's no disrupt to the process because build helper is just beautiful like that. So I should now be able to make it to the very end. Nice. Oh, it just goes into such darkness. I love that. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, the movements were stacking there for a second and it almost broke. Anyway, what I need to do now is copy paste, move it down a block. That's left. I mean, right. Oh my. We can now move it down a block to get it into this position. Build helper, and then move a quarter space using this little block right here as our grid size. If I turn off preview mode, you'll see what I mean. We now have a tiny grid as opposed to a huge one. And the triggers are going to overlap. So if you could just excuse me for a moment while I move all of these out of the way. Hopefully none of these are crushed against the ceiling. Nice. Good job. Now we can select those 2 sets that we have got. Copy paste. Move down 2 blocks like so. Move it a half space this time, and you'll see that these are now evenly spaced. These triggers are now evenly split apart still. I got a build helper, all of that once again, so we should be in the next free 400 zone. Yep. Then we can select everything again, like that. Copy paste, move 4 down, and 1 block to the right. I had to doubt myself for a second there. Build helper that. That should take me to next free 803. How many objects are we on? 10k, not bad. And then row by row, I'm gonna move back by a mini space like this, just so we have everything on the same line. This whole process has been extremely seamless, apart from that one little bump. So with the ball, we're approaching this part, and they're gonna move like a zip. Oh god, it's not as cool as I thought it was. It is just a very slight slant, I guess. But we do have ourselves a vortex like so. That's probably extremely laggy. What if I change the easing to something like bounce? Definitely interesting to play with for sure. That's cool as heck! What? Let me see what this looks like in normal mode. Oh, dude. That is a really cool looking effect. What the heck? Oh, it's only cool when it's starting. Oh god, the duration lines are not loading in. You see this? Oh god. The editor is kind of struggling with that amount of triggers, I think. This is with the back in out easing. Okay. That's kind of cool, I will say. But you can very easily create this illusion by moving them back very quickly and changing the color with a fade like that. Oh god, I'm gonna have to make a copy of this because I'm scared of it going wrong. If I change the color, delete the HSV, and just make this a blending color channel. Could maybe change the opacity. I'm not sure how that's gonna look though. Oh, that is a little bit cooler. Look in the middle. That's better. It does not like me doing this. I gotta say, it's lame. Let's take another copy of the original. What if I turn on absolute position, which basically locks any group movement to the one square, and rotated these? Wait, I could do that with a rotation trigger on group 803. Might I add 803? What if I gave this like a 7-degree rotation on 0 seconds? And just copied this for every block, which is roughly 10 times a second. If I turn the background up to copy the color channel of color number 1 and make it plain, we're just rolling, and then the background all of a sudden just starts shattering like that. I mean, it's cool, but it's just weird, right? Okay, that actually is quite interesting, I can't lie. Okay, I'm gonna take another risk. I'm gonna link all of this together, then I'm gonna copy paste, scale up to 1.2 and flip upside down. Copy paste, scale up to 1.4, flip horizontally, and then copy paste one more time to get a 1.6 scale copy that is flipped only horizontally. So we've got one that's vertically, horizontally, and vertically, and then horizontally. And I need to give these different groups now. The reason I didn't give the groups off the get-go, I mean, I tried. I wasted 804 and 805 because I just can't remove it. You can only have 20 groups in one window. So I'm adding the groups in post. That's 806 added. Then for the 1.4 scale copy, we can have 807. I'm assuming this is the 1.2. No, that's the 1.0. Let's make that 809. And then the 1.2 copy, which is this, I believe. Yep, can go to 808. And I could maybe make a little toggle loop, making sure 809, 808, and 807 are toggled initially. Making sure 806, 807, and 808 are toggled initially. Then we need to toggle 809 right here as it starts, and I need to toggle on 808, which is the next biggest. You see, there's a slight change right there. The editor is struggling to load it, but you see it. Then next, I need to toggle this 808 and toggle on 807. Then 807 needs to be toggled, and 806 needs to be activated. Then 806 gets toggled, and 809 gets activated. So we have a loop right here that can be repeated over and over again, which is hopefully going to make the squares bigger and smaller, but the editor is really struggling to handle whatever I'm trying to do. It does not like me for copy pasting these triggers, let me say that. Look at that, it's just trying to load the toggles, I think, because I'm in preview mode. Oh god, I would not like to be a viewer of this video. This recording is probably extremely choppy, I apologize. We keep going for the content, and let's extend the rotation triggers a little bit further as well. Okay, let's save and play now, please. Yes, it opened. Thank goodness. Okay, let's have a look. This should be the most interesting one yet. Whoa! Okay, I wish I wasn't lagging right now. This looks so cool. It looks so cool. It's not supposed to look like that, but it looks good. What the heck? Dude, I have to slow-mo this. I'll see you on the flip side, man. I am looking forward to this. And here's something else I want to try. With each scaled up layer, I'm going to scale them back down to 1.0, then turn on absolute scaling and scale downwards instead. So we can have a 0.7 layer, we can have a 0.8 layer as well, and also a 0.9. Alright, you get the idea now. So the moral of the story is, spam objects and triggers and you can get yourself a background that looks pretty neat. Only 39,000 objects and a laggy video. But hey, looks cool. Thank you so much for watching this Geometry Dash pushing effects to their limits video. Check the links in the description. Leave a like and subscribe and have a good day.